As soon as I graduated from college, it was the year between getting my bachelor's and about to start grad school. My best friend Amanda and I decided that wouldn't it be fun to take all of our graduation money and backpack around Europe, because that just felt like the right thing to do. So we literally got itty bitty backpacks, filled them up with like capsule wardrobe is what we would call it now, little capsule wardrobe. We got our passports, we got traveler's checks because this was in 2002. And we boarded a plane from Miami, Florida to London. We had no idea where we were going to go. We knew one friend from high school who had married a soldier that lived in some small German town called Oberstein. Neither Amanda or I knew the first thing about the military, so we just thought it was so cool that our high school friend was living in Europe. And we made their house our kind of home base. So for the next 8 weeks, Amanda and I jumped from Oberstein to anywhere else we could think of in Europe. We went to Amsterdam, we went to Prague, we did it all. And I fell in love with Munich. When we got to Munich and I was sitting on a cafe, drinking my coffee, just watching the city go by, this Florida girl was sold. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go finish my degree and I'm going to come back here and I'm going to teach English in Munich. And that's just going to be the most wonderful, adventurous thing ever. And about 4 days later, we went back to our friend's house in Oberstein, which is near Baumholder, I now know. And the guys were all back in from the field, whatever that meant at the time. And I was sitting up on her balcony and one of her husband's friends was leaving. And I saw him from the balcony. And he said, bye guys, see you later, see you next week or whatever. He hadn't really paid much attention to, his friend's wife's visiting friends. So he and I locked eyes and he stumbled over his words. And the next thing he says is, actually, I'm going to shower. I'll be right back. So he came back that night, walked into the apartment, shook my hand and introduced himself. And without even being able to control my thoughts, I thought, oh, there you are. You're who I'm going to marry. And it startled even myself. We had the best 4 days. We had so much fun talking. I was just blown away. I thought the army was the most romantic thing I had ever heard of. He was a cute boy in a uniform, had war stories, like knew people who had done these amazing things. And, the war on terror hadn't started yet. So it was still kind of just fun and romantic to be in the army. And, we had the best couple of days together. And after that, I went back to Florida to finish up grad school. And y'all, it was just logistics from there. We had to unmuck a couple things. The war started. But I will tell you, the first 2 years of our relationship was overseas, him deployed. Finally, after 2 years of long distance relationship, we both landed in Fayetteville, North Carolina. He got stationed at Bragg and I went, got my own apartment and started to teach. I wanted to just be near him. It had been so long. And I'll never forget our first 2 years had been rife with romanticism and drama and war. And I would go over and we'd go to Austria or just all these amazing things. This little Florida girl had no idea. And then he deployed to Iraq, and then it was letters and just this foreboding. It was hard, but we weren't married yet. I was still in college. It was still kind of this like far away romantic thing. And, I will never forget the first night we were both living in Fayetteville, sitting down on his couch in his house to watch a movie and order pizza. And I remember thinking, man, this is it. It's the first time we've ever just done this, like something normal. I was like desperate for normal. And 6 short months later, we gallivanted off to Vegas and got married. And that's how we met. People ask me, did I know when I saw him? Yeah, I knew. Once I met him and heard his stories, shame on me, I figured he was a better way to get to Europe than just going to teach English in Munich. So that never happened. But happy Valentine's Day. I love you, Rick. It's been a wild, fun ride, and I would have it no other way.